Okay, so please close your mic. Okay, so let me just make sure that I'm recording. Okay, so last time we talk about everything from the user interface and the launch screen and the drawing area. Last time, like some people found me like I was really fast while I'm explaining. So if you need me or just if you want me to repeat something, so please tell me now. And if don't, it's okay. We're gonna just follow. We're gonna go on from the naming and organizing. So from naming and organizing, we did talk about these parts which we have in here. Okay, and I just told you that last week we if we just go to one of the elevations, we can find these levels in here, which will be the first step if you want just to start your project, setting up the levels of it. So starting like from naming, what do I mean by naming? For example, if I want to rename the level one, if I want it to be like, for example, الدور الأرضي in Arabic or the ground floor, I could directly just right click on it and rename it from here. So if I just click rename, I can call it as a ground floor. Okay. You will ask me, do you want really just to do this thing, just to rename this level? I will say, yeah. You can just do not show it again. So you will say yes. And again, I will just right click on it and rename it. And I could directly just go to one of the elevation, which is will be the other way. Just click on this one, on this icon, which you have it in here. Right click, double click, I mean, and then just name it as first floor. Okay, you will ask me again, it's okay. I will rename it. And as you see here, I have the height of it. I could even change it. And we did say how to change the unit. UN is the shortcut. I can directly change it to centimeter. Okay. Something else, what I want from you just to memorize that or to remember that if you want just to name these levels, please start it with numbers because like Revit will arrange it according to like first of all maybe the alphabet, and if you do have a numbers, the Revit will name them and will arrange them according to these numbers. So if I just go back again, I will not save this one. I will open a new file, which is an architectural one. Okay, and now I will go to one of the elevations. I can see in here level 1 and level 2 because we do have the same word here. That's why Revit put level 1 at the first one and then level 2 as the second one. So if I just put like this, another level, I can see that it's level 3, but like it's according to me, it's level 0. I can consider it as level 0 because it's in minus. But Revit put it here as the third one. Like if I just look at this one at the project browser, I could understand. So I do have the level 1 in here and then the level 2 and then I do have another level which is level 3. That's why I'm telling you just be careful while you are naming and put some numbers to arrange it. So I could just name now this one as level 0. Just watch what will happen in here. The level 0 will go up. So that's why I'm telling you just be careful while you are naming. This is according to levels. Or you could write directly like starting with maybe 0 1. I will maybe follow the way of 0 0 ground, for example, and I will follow like 0 1 first, and now 0 2 second. So I can understand that Revit will understand it according to my numbers. That's why this is an important point while you are naming, because like if you do have many levels, so you will not like get confused because of them. This is about naming. Organizing them, I will not talk about the sheets, but like, let me just give you something about them. We do have some sheets in Revit. Like if you have finished, I mean, your project and you want to put it in sheets, like export it and to show it to your clients or something, you do have some sheets. You can just, as you see here, it's sheets. We do have some sheets like A0, A2, A1. You can even create your own sheet. I will just like right click on it and say new sheet. He will tell me that A1 metric. I will say, okay, we do have this sheet. So if I like, for example, now I will click WA and then I will just draw a wall in here. Okay, I do have this one as first floor. I can directly just open this or click on this plus icon and then double click on it. I do have my sheet in here. So I could directly just go to my first one and just hold your key or just your mouse and drag it until here. So we do have it. We do have my floor in my sheet. So even though if you do have this naming, maybe you will have maybe 10, 20, I don't know, the number of the sheets that you're gonna have. But we will have some sheets and you just need to arrange it and rename them according to you, according to the way that you will remember it and understand it. For the views, we know we do have some views. Like if I just consider now the first one as a view, I could consider it, I can just say level or second floor is another view. And we do have some elevations. So it's all about arranging these views and just put them in the way that you want. I know that, guys, I really hate online teaching, but it's okay. I'm trying just to follow and just finish this course. Maybe next time will be face to face. We are trying just to arrange the place. So this was about the naming and organizing them. About the levels, we did talk about them, modifying even the levels. Let me just go again back. If I just go to my levels, let me just even select these guys and delete them. We do have here the levels. I do have the height and I do have the name and I do have this icon. I can just, if I just click on this level, I can see this icon in here. If I just click it, this one will disappear. The same one, if I just click that one, that bubble, it will appear. Okay, so and I do have this dash line, which is an important thing. Okay, you will face or you will see this dash line in everything. If you just try to draw a wall, you will see a dash line, or if you just try to do something else, you will see this dash line. According or talking about these levels, because we do have them in here, if I just try, as you see, we do have two things in here. We do have this small circle. If I just try to drag it, so all of them will move with me. Okay, because we do have this dash line and we do have this lock. If I just unlock it and try to move it, it will move by itself. So the thing is, if I just try to put it in its place again back, I do have just to consider and just to make sure that I can see this dash line and then to leave it. And directly or automatically will lock itself. Even though if I'm trying to create a new level, double L is the shortcut, or I can directly select this one and right click and I can say create similar, or I can even select it again and CS for create similar. So I can directly see this dash line because now I didn't click anything, but I did see this dash line. So it means now I'm drawing a level which will just directly be like let's say a group, one of this group which I directly or which I already have. So I will click it one time and then drag it and then I can see my dash line. Now I will click it again. And also I could even select this one, I can see both of them, these bubbles, I can see it in double side. And I can also, if I just select one of these levels, I can see this preliminary dimension. I could directly select one of them and change it if I want it to be 4000. Okay. And I could even directly change the dimension or the height of it from here. But like we did see what happened while when I did change the dimension, I just click WZ or Control Z, sorry. I will change the unit to make it easier for you to understand, I mean. Okay, so now if I just click on this one, let me just okay open my unit again and put it as 2 decimal. If I just select this one, I do have the preliminary one, and I could directly change it to 400 or 4 meter. Let's go up. If I just select this one and put it as 3.5, it will go down. So I should be careful while I'm changing or while I'm just clicking my levels and like to understand what I'm changing. Okay. The second thing is the height. I could even double click on it and put it as 9. I can change the height of it. This is about the level, I think. Something else, if I just click double L, I do have something called offset in here. It's something like the AutoCAD one. I could directly put an offset of my level, and I could use my big lines command. So with big lines, I do in this draw panel, I could just pick the line and give it an offset for 2 meter, for example. Okay. And now what I can do is just go to one of these levels and just hover over it. If I just hover over it, I could see even this dash line, which is telling me this is your level or your level will be in here. So I will click it one time and now I can see my levels. Okay. I just click escape. I do have my levels. So I think أيوة اتفضل. اكيد في الاو اف اكيد هو الاختصار تبع الاوفست. هلا حاليا now now I just click the offset. Your friend is asking me if we do have a shortcut for the offset. Of course we do have the OF. I just click now OF. You can see now this small icon which represent, I mean, the offset. I could even put it as a number or a graphical one. I will not talk about the graphical and numbering, numerical, I mean, because now if we just go to modify, we do have this offset in here. If we just arrive to this modify tab, I will explain everything about it, inshallah. But now we do have this one, which is the offset one. Okay. But now, as you see, now I cannot click my level, even I do have it, which means like maybe sometimes it will not work. If I want to offset it, I have to just click it, CS, and use this one, the big line, as an offset. The command I want it to from here. But if I click OF now, can you see this gray color? Which means I cannot even move it. Even if I click this graphical one. I will not talk about offset a command now because like I didn't talk about all these things, okay? But let me just go one by one, okay? But we do have it. If you want me just to talk about the offset one, let me just talk in hurry about it. We do have a wall. I just click WA, okay, for the wall. I can directly OF, okay, and I can just go to my modify tab and click this offset command, which is the OF. You can see the OF between the brackets, which means the shortcut of it. We do have two things, the graphical one and the numerical one. If I want the graphical one, which means I will just click it, click one time, and click another time, which means the offset. Okay, without knowing the the value. Maybe I could directly even know the value from here. You can see this preliminary one, which is 2.3. If you want it to be, or 2.5, I can directly click it or put it as numerical one, which is like the AutoCAD one. And he is telling me it's a copy. So if I just click something now, 2.5, let me just make it as 10, and now just get closer to one of them, I can see this dash line. This dash line is telling me that your wall is going to be in this right side. If I just zoom out a bit and just move my cursor a bit, it will be on the left one. Okay, this one. It's going to be on the left side. Okay, this is about the offset, but I don't want to talk about it, but it's okay. We did talk about the offset. So modifying the where we come. Modifying the level, we did talk about it. About the walls. For the walls, I did say before we do have it in this architectural tab in this wall panel. Okay, we do have the walls. If I just click it one time, I can just directly get in my comment, or I could directly put or click skip WA. Please, guys, if you just try to uh, repeat this course, or I mean to watch it again, please use your shortcuts because it's really important for you. So this is about the wall. We do have the walls, and we do have the WA is the shortcut. We do have some types of wall. The important one for me is the architectural one. Okay, we do have some comments in here, and we do have the types of walls. Now, if I just click one click, let me just see. Uh, Please, Abdullah, close your mic, please. Okay, thank you. So for the walls, as I said, we do have some comments in here, and we do have the types of my walls. If I just click now, one click, and just move, I can just move with the side or just rotate as I want. Okay, and directly I could click one time again just to create my wall. But now, if I just skip and just click this wall again, I do have some properties or some parameters for this wall. As I said last time, we do have Revit deal with the with I mean parameters. So we do have some parameters for this wall, and we do have the first one is the base constraint. Now we will talk about the location line. The base constraint is the ground floor. The base one and the top one is the base level and the top level. If I just open one of the elevations, let me just open the south one or west one, it's okay. I can see my wall in here. I just will click SD for shaded, okay, to see my wall better. Or I could even go to this tab or this uh, view panel or view tab or something. I could even click the shaded one. And I can even go to my 3D to see my wall even. I will click SD again for shaded to see my wall. Now I can just click on this wall and see my base constraint, which is the 0, and then the top one, which is, I will put it as the first one. If I click now and I didn't move my cursor to my view, nothing will change. If I just shift it, the wall will apply all the things that I did. Or I could even click on this one, click it as the second floor, and click apply. Okay, this is the thing. I could just move it a bit. This is about the first one. For the wall constraint, I did say last time when I just do you remember when I draw something on this board? I did say we do have this dash line which is on the middle of this wall. We do have many options for this location line, which is in here. I could directly change it from this one, which is the location line. Watch now while I'm drawing it, I do have this wall and this dash line in the middle of it. But what I want, I want it to be maybe the finished face, the exterior one. I could select this one and click again I can see my dash line on the exterior face. And I could even click my space to change the side, okay? And I could even change the finish face, put it as a finish face, the interior one. I could even see it, okay? Something else, we did talk about the core, which is the main layer of the wall, okay? I will not go and open my open, like, I will not talk about this layers or the functions, but what I want you to know, just we do have the main layer of the wall, okay? And the main one, we call it as a core because we do have these core boundaries and we do have the thickness of them is 0, okay? In this panel or in this environment, we can change the layers. We can put the new layers for my walls, like plastering, like tiles, like everything. You will see this uh, screen on maybe while you are creating a floor, while you are creating a roof, you will see it. This edit assembly, I mean. And you can change the layers of any element that you are creating. Okay. So we did talk about the exterior and we did talk about the core one. If we just try to do something with the cores and put some layers, I will talk about them and I will show you how we can draw something from the core. Okay, this is about the core. About the base one, we did say it's the base level and the top level. But Revit will allow me to do something. If I want my, for example, if I just now go to my east elevation, let me just delete this one. And I do have this wall. If I just said, okay, it's in second floor and it's 3.5, but I want it to be, for example, 4.5, and I don't have another level here. So what I can do directly, just from this one, we do have base offset and we do have top offset. So I want it just to go up for 1 meter, plus 1 meter. What I can do directly, just to go to this top offset and click 1 and just move it, and I can see this wall just move up for 1 meter. I could even make the same thing with my base offset. Now it's minus 2.9, but I want it to be maybe minus 1.9. I could even directly click 1, it moves up. Okay, but if I wanted to move down, I could directly click minus 1. So it became minus 3 point, or yes, minus 3.9. This is the important things in here, I think, for you now, just to know. Something else, I could directly drag this wall from these arrows, directly drag them, and I can see the values which I just like played on it in here. Revit is telling me your top offset is 4.1. I could directly change it to 4. Okay, so this is about the top offset and the base offset and the base constraints. If I just directly maybe go to my walls, let me draw, for example, a rectangle like this or a square. I can directly see this dimension. Let me just click on one of them and change it like to 5. Click this one and maybe change it to 7. Okay, skip it. Select all of them from your mouse and tell Revit I want it to be from ground floor to my second or first one. Okay, now if I want to draw a wall from my first one to my second one, what shall I do? I should just go to my first level. I can see nothing. Okay, I can directly go to this properties panel or properties, yes, properties panel. Just go to this underlay and click on it and tell Revit I want to see my ground floor, because now with underlay, for example, you are in your second floor and you want to see your first one. you can directly click this ground floor, move, you can see your walls. But I can see, as you can see, I cannot even select it. I cannot change it. Okay, I can only see it to be a reference for me if I want to draw something else. Am I talking very fast or is it okay for you guys like this? You can understand me? What about the others? Yalla ya Rab. Okay. So now I am in my first floor and I want to draw a wall to be from my first one to my second one. What I can do directly, click WA again, and now I can select it. My base constraint is my first one, and my top one is my second floor. I could directly come and draw. As you see, Revit is helping me, and he is just highlighting this wall for me. I could directly select this one, move, select it again, or just draw it again. Now, this is the point of my finish or my location line. As you see now, I'm drawing, but my wall is out of the first one. What I want it to be, I want it to be exactly the same. I could directly skip it, click on this one. I can see now it's face exterior. I could put it as I want. Now, since we have nothing, I could directly put it as finish one. I will select this corner, go and move it. Now it's outside. I could directly click my space to move it into inside. I will click it and Revit will join them for me. Okay. I will do the same in here. Click the space and again the same thing in here. I will go to my 3D. I can see my walls and I can see my 3D. This is the walls which we draw from first one to my second one, and these guys which I draw it from my ground floor to my first floor. Okay, so now let me just go to back again to my WA. I can see here in this option bar, I can see the height and depth, and I can see something called first one, ground one, the same thing. So the difference between them, or the thing what like why we are using this one, when I draw my now I am in my ground floor, you can see it in here also. When I draw my wall, I told Revit, please make it from the ground floor to my first floor. طيب, what about if I am now in my second floor? I want it to be like vice versa. I mean, now in my second floor, I want it to be from my second one to my first one. So I could directly go with WA and make it as depth, not height. Okay, and make it from like make it until my first one. If I draw something now, okay, I can see it in dash line. Why? Because I draw it down. I didn't draw it on my second one. Now I draw this one from my first one to my second one. I didn't draw them like from my second one and up. Okay, if I just go to my first one, I could see it here. Okay, now I can see my walls. Because so this is the point of depth and height. You will see this command while you are making walls and while you are making columns. Later on we will see it. Something else, if I can or if I just put unconnected, which means I don't want the heights. Now if I just go to one of my elevations, I can see this heights from here. Let me just click this one to see it. It's minus 2.9 and 0. If I just go to my ground floor and I want it to be only from minus 2.9 to be only 1 meter, I could directly go to my wall or WA put it as unconnected, and put the value in here, 1. I could directly draw a wall. Let me delete this, guys, and just go to my 3D to see it. This is my wall, which I draw it, which is manometer. If you notice something, while I'm drawing or while I'm putting any information or any values in here, directly I'm changing the same thing like from the properties. So we do have two places to change or to put the value that I want. Let us take a break and then we will continue with the offsets and with the chains and with the radius. We will take break for 5 minutes and we will come back again. Okay, guys? Okay. So, I did talk about this option bar. We talk about the height and the unconnected one or the unconnected option. We did talk about the location line. We just saw that with while I'm drawing the wall, we do have this dash line, and I just told you this one or represent the location line of my wall. If I just go to my 3D view, okay, and start drawing a wall, I just will click WA, which is the shortcut of my wall. Directly I will click it and I will move my wall. Now, if I just zoom in, if I just try to rotate my wall, I cannot see my dash line. If I just put it as vertical one or horizontal one, you can see it. Now this is my dash line. So while I'm drawing on 3D view, this dash line will represent something else. It will represent my location line, and it will represent that I'm drawing vertical or horizontal wall. So this is the one of the importance, let's say, of my dash line. That's why just I want you just to take care about it. In each view or in each command, you will find this maybe dash line. And while you are, if you just get used to Revit, you will understand each line or the using of these lines. So this was about my location line. We do have something called chain. Okay. Now if I just unclick it, if I draw a wall, click again, I can see I cannot draw another wall and make it connected with the first one. I can be now I'm able to draw another wall, but it's not connected with the first one. If I click now in here, these are not connected with each other. So if I click WA again and click my chain, click the first one again one time. If I try to move, these are connected with each other. So I will draw a line. I can see even now another dash line. As you see, one in the horizontal way and the second one with the vertical one. The vertical one represent my location line. The second one represent that these are this wall and this point exactly aligned with each other. If I'm drawing a wall, I want it to be aligned with another wall or another thing or another point, you will see some lines. So Revit will help me even while I'm drawing. I will click again and I will click one time. You can see now three dash line. The alignment with the walls, the first one, this one, and the second one, and the last one, which is the main one, which is the location line. Click one time, click last time. Now these are connected with each other because I just clicked my chain. If I unclick it one time, click, I have to go back again, click this rectangle, which is the endpoint, click it to make it connected with the first one. So this is the function of a chain. We do have some offset. Okay, as you see, we can see the offset in many places we do have base offset, top offset. We do have this offset in here. This offset, it means now I do have this wall, but I want a wall. If I'm drawing, let's say I'm drawing a corridor, and I want a wall to be exactly like after this one, or aligned with this one to be like 1 meter or 1.5 or 2. I could directly put a value in here, which will be 1.5, let's say, and try to draw another wall exactly with this one. I will draw it. I can see my new wall on my upper part, or click my space to change the side of it. Click my second time. I do have my corridor or my walls, let's say. Let us not consider it as a corridor. I can put any value that I want, maybe 5. And I'm not like, I don't have just to click a wall. I can click anything, even like from here. Now I'm drawing in a place and my wall in another place. You can see it in here. And you can see all this dimension. Revit will always put some dimension. If you draw something, Revit will always put some dimensions for you. You can change them. I want, for example, the dimension or the space from this point or between these two walls, for example, 5 meter. I can directly click it, 5 meter. Even if I just skip it, now I'm not clicking anything. If I click my wall again, I can see my dimensions. So Revit will always put some comments just to help me out while I'm drawing. Let me just go back again to my wall. I just click WA again. I do have here radius. So I do have maybe this room, or let us just draw another room. If I'm drawing a wall, but I don't want my corner to be 90 degree. Maybe I want it to be like fillet one. If I'm drawing or if I'm doing a fillet with my AutoCAD, I do have a fillet. Now I will click WA and I will click this radius. Now it's inactive because I didn't click it. I will click my chain because it's something important for me. I want to draw a rectangle now. And now I will click my radius. My radius now is 1 meter. It's okay. I will just try to draw some walls. I will click my first one. I will click my second one. My third one. As you see, Revit directly put the fillet for me according to this radius, which I put. I will skip and I will put this amount or this value, let's say 5 or 2 or 3, or let's keep it as 5. Draw my first one, my second one, my third one. You can see directly Revit make the fillet for me. If I just go to my 3D, I can see my walls. And for the guys, if you don't know what I'm clicking double 3 for my 3D view. If I'm in my ground floor, I can directly go to my 3D view from here. Okay, usually we just said this one in last or the previous lecture, but I will repeat it again. You will see it in the upper part. I used to work while I'm just seeing this bar in I mean under this ribbon. Okay, you can change it from here, show it above the ribbon or below it. You can just go to your 3D view from here, or you can just go to your 3D view from the views, go to your 3D view, or we just make it. I will click KS and I will go to my 3D. As you see, I put it as double 3. So that's how I'm just moving to my 3D view. I will go to my wall again and I will see my joint statue. This one, while I'm drawing, I can see now. Let me just, okay, it's okay now. I just select the chain, no radius, okay. Now, if I click two walls, directly Revit is connecting them. If I don't want Revit to connect these walls, directly I will disallow it. Click my first one, click my second one. I can see this wall are not connected. Is there any way to connect them? Of course, we do have something called the trim. Okay, but like we will talk about them or about these comments again. Let me just go again like this. He will not allow it. I will go just to my walls, allow them. Let me just draw them. Okay, he's not allowing them. It's okay. I will click it and click this icon and trim. Let me just go like this. Trim. Okay, allow it. Trim it. Okay, now it works. So this is the function of allowing and disallowing. So this was about like the walls. We know how just to draw a wall. We know how just to change. We can even change the types. We do have many types of walls. Let me just delete these walls and draw WA again. We do have these walls. Let me just draw or delete and draw another wall. WA is the shortcut with a radius even 5 meter. I could directly draw some walls in here. We do have some errors because of the type that I choose. Okay, let me just go to my generic one, put it as first one, and draw another two walls. Let me just select these walls and put it the base one or the base level as a ground floor, the top one as first one. I could directly go to my 3D and I can see my walls in here. As you see, this one is another type. That's why we can see the plastering in here. And even now, because we did say we do have many layers of the walls, if I just get in to my layers, I can see these layers. And we will talk about this, inshallah, in the future if we just like had the time. So this was everything about the walls for you, for now, I mean. I think the width of the wall, you mean from this point to this point? Okay. So your friend is asking how can I change the width of it. Now, if I just go to my wall, WA, I can see in here, Revit is telling me we do have the generic one, which is the normal one, 200 millimeter, which is 20 centimeter. Okay. We do have many types. We do have 300. We do have 100, 138. We do have many types. If I want, like, for example, to be 4, or for example, I do have this wall and I want it to be 4, 40 something, for example. I could directly draw a wall, click it, and go to my edit type. Okay. Go to your structure and edit. You will find this thickness of the wall, which your friend just refer it or just mention it as width. So we do have the thickness. I could directly put it as 0.4. Let me just put it as 1 meter because I want you to see the difference. I will click OK, apply, OK. I can see even now the difference. Can you see it? It's 1 meter. I will click it. I will, I will click it and I will go again to my structure and put it as 02 as it was. OK, apply. It became 0.2. So this is how we can change it. Actually, I didn't want to talk about these things because it's a bit like prof level, how you can insert, how you can add some layers. If you do have a wall, like let's say this wall or this layer is a brick one, I could change it. I put it as a brick. Let me just put it as a brick, for example. I could even add some layers and put it as maybe 0.05 and consider it as plastering. or as a gypsum board, it's okay. And click OK and click apply and click OK. So I can see my walls now. Okay, you can see in realistic mode. You can see it as shaded one, SD. Okay, so even though now I'm actually changing even the width. Can you see this one? It's actually gray color. I cannot change it. But the function of this one is just to calculate all these numbers which are in the thickness panels, and Revit will tell me the total width of your walls is 25, which is 25 centimeter or 0.25. Okay, so this is another way. It's okay if you just didn't know how just to create something in here. It's okay. Not now. The thing is, now you can create the walls. Now you know how just to create a wall. Now you know how to put it in another level. Now we know how just to change my levels. You know how even to edit them, change the dimension of them, rename them, everything about the levels, which will be the first step of your, uh, let's say, work or something. Now, even though if I just open something like, let me just try and open any file which I have in here, maybe this one. Okay, this project, I will open it. So if you just try to open or just work with something directly, if you just go to my south or north elevation, you can see three levels and we do have three dimension. If I do have a stairs, for example, outside, let me just go to this one. If I do have stairs like in here or something, I have to put another level. For example, I do have, okay, I do have a stairs in here. I wanted from a level to another level or a wall. I have to create a level for it to be able to draw it. Okay, so this is the point of creating the walls. Even if now, if I just saw something about this project, we do have only like some walls. It's really simple one. Even this curtain wall is a wall actually. If I just click WA and go to my walls, I can see them in here. It's a type of wall. We will talk about it later because even I do have it in my program, but it's okay. We'll talk about it. It's actually a simple one, not that hard. We will try to make a project at the end of this course. And actually, I want just to examine you, let's say, and to see if you are able to make it or not, and to see if I did a good job or not. So this was everything, guys, about today. I think now it's okay for you just to, and you know how just to create a wall, how to play around with them, how to change them. If you have any question, please tell me. You are welcome. Is it okay, guys?